Hello! So we are doing an energy healing, trauma healing practice in our beds because we don't want to move from our bed right now. And it's really good to have a practice that you can just do without even getting up. And something that is nice about this practice in particular is how gentle it is. And after we've experienced trauma, which every single human has experienced trauma in some sort of way, so no one is not included in this conversation, we oftentimes try to heal or unearth these traumas too much too soon. And when we're in this fight or flight state already, it can be too much, it can feel ineffective, it can not feel safe. And really the main way to heal trauma is in a net or a cushion of safety where you really are being so kind to yourself through the healing process. You're not pushing yourself too much, you're not giving yourself too much at once. You are actually giving yourself the space and the time to slow down and to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the relaxation response, and it takes time to get there. So whenever you're ready, just find a comfortable position in your bed, sitting upright, and we'll start with some neck rolls. So just whichever direction you want to go. And what we want to do here is tune in so deeply to those little sensations in the neck. When we're doing yoga or we're doing some sort of movement practice, it's really easy to just be taken by the movement. But in this practice, we want to really tune into every millisecond, every moment, and really notice what's going on in the neck with tension or whatever's happening there. Relaxing the jaw, because all of that is connected, the temples to the jaw, to the neck, the shoulders, all of it is connected. So being aware of the shoulders here too. Are you tensing? Are you relaxing? What's going on with your jaw, with your mouth, even with your eyes? And just try to soften and just going slow. And going slower than you want to go is always a good rule of thumb, because that's what can shift us from the sympathetic fight or flight to the parasympathetic relaxation response. Going a little slower than you want to, and also breathing a little slower than you want to. So taking some longer exhales than you are inhales. Let's switch directions, just really gentle at first. Inhaling and slowing the exhale through the nose. It's generally better to breathe through the nose in and out instead of out through the mouth. And just noticing the sounds around you. It's kind of a moving meditation at parts, this practice. Not too big of a movement, just feeling good. And back to center. We're going to do that the same exact thing, but we're going to go a little deeper with it. So you're going to feel a stretch here, and you're going to notice how the different parts of your body start to contract and which parts of the body start to relax. And we're coming one direction, doesn't matter which, and we're going a little deeper this time, so all the way around. But be mindful of pulling your neck back too much, dropping your head back. Be mindful of that. If it feels okay, that's fine, but be very gentle with your neck. Shoulders, jaw, how's everything doing? And come the opposite direction. Breathing, slowing down the exhales, elongating the exhales. Okay, come back to center. Just do a little side body stretch. So you can just reach out with one hand and reach the other one above, kind of opening the chest towards the ceiling, or you can gaze towards the floor. Imagine you're in between like two glass panels, so you don't want to be leaning forward like this and you don't want to be leaning back, just to the side. And come back up with an inhale. Take your exhale. Inhale, reach to the opposite side. Exhale. Opening the chest a little bit towards the sky. Relaxing the face, maybe gazing down if that feels better in your neck, or up. And come back to center. Okay, we're going to start in with the tapping, which is, in other words, called the emotional freedom technique. And we're just going to do the tapping. We're not going to do any of the sayings that you generally do with emotional freedom technique, but maybe that will come in another video. We can go through that whole thing together. So you're going to start at the top of your head and you're just tapping lightly. You'll probably feel some spots that feel a little bit sore. Breathing. Relaxing the face. You can take a couple open mouth exhales if you need to, even though for the most part breathing in and out through the nose is better, just to condition the nasal passages, and mouth breathing is generally not the way to do it. And as you're tapping, you're just noticing kind of the vibratory quality of the sensation. You're noticing any spots that do feel a little tense, and you're just kind of relaxing them in real time as you touch those spots. Extending, elongating the exhales, releasing anxiety. Okay. And we'll move on to the eyebrows, so it's towards the center of the face, and you're just tapping gently. And you can keep doing that. You can put a sentence if you would like to have something that you're focused on thinking about. That can sometimes help. So you can say something like, I am safe and I am free. I am safe and I am free. I am safe and I am free. Something like that. Breathing and moving to right underneath the eyes, tapping lightly. I am safe and I am free. I am safe and I am free. And you can move to your temples. A lot of people have tension here. And now we'll move to right under the ears, kind of where the jaw meets the neck. We'll tap right there, and that's really sore for me. This is where I hold a lot of tension. If you grind your teeth, if you have TMJ issues, this is going to feel really sore. If you have a phrase, just keep repeating it. Elongating those exhales still, relaxing the nervous system. into right below the nose. These are all acupoints, acupressure points, acupuncture points. And just tapping lightly. And then last but not least, for this little session, we're doing right underneath the chin. I am safe and I am free. I am safe and I am free. You should feel your nervous system really calming at this point. If you're doing those elongated exhales, you're focusing on your mantra if you chose to have one. You're just giving yourself this space and this time. Okay, when you're ready, take a breath. Let's do an open mouth exhale this time with sound. Breathing audibly, having that audible exhale is really incredible, because an experience where we freeze in some way, maybe we can't speak what we need in that moment, we can't fight, we can't take action, that throat chakra tends to get really blocked and stagnant. So when we do those audible exhales, we connect with that vibration of sound that runs through the body, and we connect with kind of just finding our voice. It can feel really awkward if you've never done kind of a meditation where you are using your sound, but it's really incredible. So let's do a couple like that. So ready, inhale, breath. I like to really push out the last couple seconds of that sound. Ready, one more time. Okay, so the next little mini exercise we'll do is focusing on the psoas muscles, and those are the muscles kind of right in front of the pelvis. And when we are in fight or flight, such as after trauma, we will be stuck there, the psoas muscles contract. And this is because when we are in fight or flight, when we have to run somewhere, when we are in danger, the psoas muscles protect our internal organs. This is really interesting and something that I didn't know for a while. I just recently read about it. The psoas muscles tense to protect the vital organs. So when we're in danger, it's less likely that our vital organs will be damaged in some way. So oftentimes people who have experienced trauma have really tight hips, and I hear that complaint so often as a yoga teacher, meditation instructor, and there is an actual physiological reason for it, which is really interesting. So to open the hips, the psoas, we can do stacking log pose, which you can just do in bed super easily. So you're stacking the knees and the feet right on top of each other, and this is really intense for me, so I really can't go more than this. Some people can put this knee all the way to reach their foot, but wherever you're at is where you're at, and that's exactly where you should be. Relax the shoulders, and you're gonna pull the heart forward just as much as feels okay to you. Again, wherever you're at is exactly where you should be. Don't strain yourself don't go too deep into a posture that you actually feel like your breath is being restricted. So that's when you know you're a little too deep. You want to be able to breathe fully and easily in and out. Let's take a 10 count here. Just count to yourself 10 breaths. Elongating the exhales again. If you've lost the posture a little, just straighten out the spine, relax the shoulders, maybe pull your heart forward a tiny bit more. Last breath or two. Okay, and gently as you come out of it, you're just bringing the spine back to that center position. You're releasing the legs. You can lean back, and I just like to release the knees side to side. You can relax the head side to side as well. And we'll do the opposite side. Opposite leg over opposite knee, stacking the feet and the knees as well as you can. And you don't want really the ankle to be flopping in like this. You want it to be pretty solid here. And this side is even tighter for me. So this is really all I'm going to do. I feel this really strongly. So relax the shoulders. If you can and want to go deeper, of course, bring the chest forward. And if you can make it, all the way down or wherever you're at is awesome. So just listen to your body, always reconnecting to that deep inner voice. And this is an inner voice that can get it can get confusing when you've gone through trauma to know what is actually you versus what is the pain body, the trauma, the lack of confidence, the insecurity that is constantly chattering. But when you do practices like this, when you do somatic practices, when we get into our bodies, things become still in a different way than if we were to just sit in meditation, because we are in a way transferring our mental state to our physical state. So I like to think of this as wherever you feel the tightness in your hips, it's kind of down here for me, maybe like in my hips down here. I like to think of, whatever pain, whatever issue I am trying to focus on and deal with, I try to imagine that the sensation I'm feeling in the body is that mental pain, that anxiety, that whatever I'm dealing with, that they're one and the same. And so as I'm releasing the psoas or whatever muscles are being released, I'm actually releasing that mental block, I'm releasing that pain body. So with the breath, elongating those exhales and just kind of focusing into the sensations in the body, you can do a lot of healing in that way. It feels in a way more tangible because you're getting a sensation, a bodily sensation connected to the emotion. And the more you can do that, the better. Relaxing the jaw. I don't know what breath we're on, but do a couple more here. And when you're ready, just lean yourself back a little bit, get your legs out of that position, knees together, and just swing side to side a little bit. Okay, and the last thing we'll do is just kind of a sweeping down the whole body. So it's interesting that we have a hard time feeling our own bodies. For some reason, that's a thing. So I want you to just sweep all that energy out. Everything we did today, sweep it out, touch your own body, sweep it down, sweep it down, sweep it down, and just get used to feeling yourself, literally, to touching your own body, to not being afraid of touching yourself, to connecting to yourself. After trauma, it's sometimes really, our bodies feel foreign. We feel like we are not in our bodies a lot, like we're disassociating. And so really just doing a practice of feeling your own body, just feeling your own skin, the texture, the temperature, is really healing. And when you feel like you're done with that and that feels good, then that's the end of the practice. So use whatever you want from this video. I know there was a lot of talking, but I just wanted to get that education behind why we're doing what we're doing. And stay tuned for more like this.